Here we are again demonstrating the heating compress. The first one you saw that we did was around the throat, and we suggested it could be done on other parts of the body, including sore knees or banged elbows. In this case, we're going to put it around the chest. The person has pneumonia. I can testify to this because I had pneumonia. I could not sleep and I could not recover. A friend of mine, we both got pneumonia at the same time, and he ended up in the hospital on antibiotics. In my case, we tried different hydrotherapy. Nothing seemed to be working until somebody suggested, let's put a heating compress on the chest. I was able to sleep. The coughing stopped. I was able to sleep. Once I had a night full of sleep, the next morning I woke up, and even though I was not better yet, I knew I was on the road to recovery. Very simply, it took away the irritation that was causing me to cough, which allowed me to sleep, which allowed my body then to start working for itself to fight off the pneumonia. Now the treatment is very simple. Like the heating compress around the throat, we start off with a cotton strip large enough to cover the chest. Then we're going to use a piece of plastic, in this case a garbage bag, and what I've done is I've cut a hole out of the top of the garbage bag for the head, and I've cut out a hole on either side for the arms. Then we have this wrap. It's quite long. It's actually 20 feet long. It doesn't need to be that long. Your patient may be a lot more robust. Maybe he's bigger in the chest, and you'll need something to go around several times over the shoulders and then around in the front and tie it or pin it at the side to complete your heating compress. Then of course we need cold water because this is a heating compress, and we've talked about the mechanics that go on when we apply cold to the skin. There's a reaction, the body brings in hot blood, fresh blood, warms up the heating compress, the plastic keeps the moisture and heat in, the wrap keeps the heat in, and there's this localized low-grade fever. We're not actually going to do it wet this time, but we're going to go through it and you'll see the actions that we go through. We place the cloth in the cold water, we bring it up, we wring it out well, and depending on if the patient is able, you'll ask him to help you, and I'm going to get Emmanuel to get you to hold. That's it. Bring your hands up and hold the cold cloth in place. As soon as you begin, you want to move along quite quickly, because you don't want the person to get chilled. You want to do this in a room where there's no draft. Now I'm just going to get it over your head. Start it over your head. Is that right? Here we go. Right hole. At this point, you're going to have to take over for him and show him where the hole is for his arm. And let's see, where's that other hole here? There we go. Help him to get his arms through. That's it. Hold the compress in place and bring it around like that. There we go. And then down in front. Now this will help to keep the moisture in. Now you apply this wrap around the body, and you simply start on the chest here. Thank you. Hold that there, and I'm going to get you to raise your left arm above your shoulder. Raise it straight on up, and I'm going to come around. You can do the same thing with the other arm. Thank you. Come around in front. You can move your hand off there. I've got it now, and just keep both arms up in the air. You come around and around and around, wrapping everything as you go, making sure you don't leave anything exposed. And as you come up, after a couple wraps, come up over the shoulder like this. Cover the neck area very well. Down across the back, around again, around the front. Now obviously if this is a small child, this is going to be way too long, and what you can use in place of this little wrap is to just use pajamas. You take the trunk, you place it over the chest, you bring the legs over the shoulders, crisscross in the back, bring them around to the sides and pin them in the sides, and you've achieved the same thing, but only for a smaller person. So you bring it back around the side, finish it off like this, And a person is ready then to go to bed. You simply pin it at the side. Again, be sure that you don't stick your patient as you're putting the pin in. He's now has his heating compress on, and he can go to bed, help him go to bed, lay down, and this would be a perfect time to have a prayer with him as he lays down for bed and let him sleep. And he can wear this all night long. The plastic will keep it moist, and he can wake up in the morning feeling better for his rest. Very simple to do. Again, for smaller children, you'd want to use the trunks of pajamas or long johns and bring the legs over the shoulders, crisscross them in the back, and pin them at the sides. And this is an application for a larger heating compress. You can use one across the abdomen for constipation or colitis. You can use it for sedation. You can use it for infection, abdominal pain, chest coughs, gastrointestinal infections, any number of applications it works for. It's a wonderful treatment.